Good morning, everyone from KL. Just an update on the prison visit and what happened that day. We organized with some students to go there so they could just be there and we can pass on your help. A lot of you helped, and I thank you for that. You were all non judgmental when you did that. You didn't really care what these guys have done or if they're guilty or not guilty, because we're not there to convict them, we're not there to judge them, we were just there to help them. And I appreciate that all of you uh, took that initiative, dig deep into your hearts and helped. Now, our financial help was obviously very helpful. What they really loved and cared about was that somebody out there was just there for them. They just wanted to contact them. Just somebody cared. Because most people, as we do, put people into boxes, right? And we just say now, okay, these guys have committed a crime, which is drugs, and everybody hates drug dealers, and so they're so lonely. Um, I can tell you that some of them are innocent, and some of them are guilty. Those that guilty have made a mistake. A lot of them very young, very desperate from huge poverty. So it's very difficult to judge and say that, but we're not here to talk about that. I'm also here to just mention a short story about myself. So this video is going to take about 5 minutes, so bear with me, and you know why I'm so adamant to help these people. Now, when I was about 21 years old, my father sent a document from me from Tehran. There was no DHL at the time or RMX in Tehran, so people would go to airport, give the original document to somebody. I'll go at the other end holding up a piece of paper with their name on it, and they would give you the document or whatever it may be. Now I went to the airport, I was holding this guy's name. He walked out and he gave me the documents. I thanked him and I was about to walk away, and he said, "Could you give me a ride to my hotel?" And I said, "Where is your hotel?" And he said, "It's in Deira." Deira was about 5 to 10 minutes out of my way. I said, "No, that's fine, I'll give you a ride, you've been kind enough." So he got into the car. 2 minutes into the drive, he asked me if I've ever smoked opium. And here I am at 21 years of age, a professional athlete, and I said, "Do I look like I smoke opium?" "Of course not." "Well, what kind of question is that?" He said, "Do you know anyone that does?" I said, "Why? Are you an addict or you look?" He said, No. I've actually brought 10 kilos of opium with me because I had a bounce check and I was going to go to prison. So this was my only source. So I slammed on the brake and I got him off the car. So when I went to visit these guys, I remembered the story and some of the stories that they told me. And I was like, wow, if police had uh, spotted him and didn't arrest him in there just to see who's gonna be, taking delivery of the goods and getting to his car. They could have pulled me over after I got him into my car, and I could have been in prison for 4 or 5 years till I could prove if I'm either guilty or not, and who knows if I would have been convicted or not. So some of these people could have had a similar story. I could have been there. Any one of us who does help, who gives somebody a ride, or I don't think anybody carries bags, but a lot of people didn't know that they shouldn't do that. I remember in Dubai airport, so many people helped each other carrying each other's, checking each other's luggage bags so that they wouldn't pay excess luggage. There's more awareness of that. But even getting somebody into your car, even sharing a table with somebody, the people in there that were just sharing a table in a restaurant, they knew each other but had no idea that the other guy was a drug dealer. There is a mother in there that the daughter was carrying a drug. She was aware of it, but the mother wasn't, and the daughter swears to it that my mom had no idea. I just asked her to come with me so I would be less, it would look less suspicious. So moving apart from that, let's see how we can help these lonely souls, because most people, we've learned to judge. We got to take that hat off. Stop judging and stop helping. They are poor souls. The reason I've gone there is because I know a lot of people have strong feelings against them, so they're very lonely souls. That's what they need. I realize they don't actually need a lot of money. They need a little money because the condition is so bad. They live in a 3x2 cage. They're only allowed out twice a day for 20 minutes each just to walk in the hallway. There is no salon, there is no eating area. Everybody is given to them in that cage. There's a little hole, they give them the plate of food and everything. When they're convicted and they go on the death row, they actually go to solitary confinement. So They're in there for like 10 years, 12 years, just one guy in that 3x2 cell, and just gets to walk out for 20 minutes, doesn't see anybody or nothing. So I realized what they really need is a friend. And the best, I mean, for us, because we can't go and visit them because we don't live in Malaysia. I mean, I come sometimes, so I'm going to go and visit them the times I'm here. Is to even just if you could make you remember the pen friends, the pen pals. If there could be a relationship there, we could, if every one of us could just be in communication with them once a month, send them a letter, and they can send us a letter. So we format a friendship with one of them. That's what they really need. Money is a small part of it. Maybe $50 a month could go a long way. They can have calling cards, so they can also call their family. But then they know that they have started a new friendship. Somebody that cares, somebody that's ready to share some of our lives with them. Send them photos. Because the only thing they have is all up here, because they're in a 3x2 cell. They don't see the sun for months and months because everything is indoor. Even the hallway is covered. There's no air conditioning or even a fan. At 40 degrees throughout the year with humidity, and they all have skin conditions because they don't get any vitamin D, because they don't see the sun. They don't socialize with other prisoners. So it's not like Australian prisons. They don't have a library. They don't have internet. They have nothing. They're only allowed to talk 10 minutes on the phone per week. They're only allowed to receive English books or Malay books. So the foreigners are finding it hard to read books in their own language. So that's the situation. They're desperate souls, lonely souls. Some are there because they've committed a crime. Some are there are innocent. And funnily enough, a lot of them have come to deal with it, and they're human beings adapt and march on. Some are desperate, but a lot of them have come to terms with it. They're trying to make the best of it, as we all do in our everyday life. They're not any different to us. We've all made mistakes, they've made mistakes, but they are so lonely. They're probably the loneliest people because they're judged by the majority of the society. So I ask you, because a lot of you ask you, how else can we help? And I found it. They need a friend. They just need somebody to communicate with. So maybe one letter a month to them, back and forward. And if you can help them financially, okay, $50 will go a long way for them. So that was my message. I want to thank every one of you. We had friends who paid $10. We've had friends that have paid the maximum that I asked for, which was $100. But the figure, I don't think it really matters. It matters that you opened up your heart, reached out to them. You did not judge. We did not judge. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'm like, I've never been in that situation, that extreme poverty. Would I make that decision? Would I not? I've never been there, so I can't tell. So I don't want to judge. I just want to help the souls, and I know you guys just did that, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for that, and that was my message. And if you like to know more about how you can be in touch with them and exchange letters, I can nominate one prisoner, and then you can start building a relationship once a month, one letter, maybe 15 minutes of your time. It's so satisfying for us as well. It cleans our soul, it cleans our mind, gives us more determination to go on with life. It's I believe I'm doing it for myself, to be honest, because it just makes me feel so good that I'm able to help somebody, give hope to somebody, and I'm sure that's how it works for you as well. Thank you very much for your help, and love you all.